Bang, let's get it. Over the last 10 games, Cade Cunningham has gone over 15.5 rebounds and assists. He's hit this in 8 straight games. Cade Cunningham may or may not be the MVP. I don't know how y'all feel about that. They play against Cleveland. Listen, last time he faced off against Cleveland was on the 27th. He had 10 rebounds, 7 assists. Not a ton of covers versus Cleveland. Most recently, yes, last 10 games, cracking this. Again, might be your MVP. This is pickfinder.app. The code is really Rico. You get 10% off for life. We got a couple of other trending plays that we like here. Zion Williamson, points, rebounds, and assists is down to 27.5. Now, he hasn't played or covered in a couple of games. But prior to that, like, he was crushing this. And I understand why his number came down. First off, I need to see any injuries over there. Oh, he's questionable. We out of there. I didn't check that. Nope. Hey, Kelly Oubre is going to be all over the props today. His assist line is at 2. I understand he pushes this a lot, but 2 is very, very low. It says a 90% hit, but look how many pushes there are. I doubt we'll find it at 1.5. I just thought that I'd bring that up, but it's at 2. He pushes as many times as possible, and then his potential assist is always like 4 and under. That's probably not a play we play. Tobias Harris, over 4.5 rebounds. He is cracking this. Over 4.5 rebounds, he is cracking this. 90%, 100% of the last 9 games that he's played. He missed a game on the 5th, but he should cover this easily. Tobias Harris, over 4.5 rebounds. Cade Cunningham, over 15.5 rebounds and assists. I do have a few sharp plays on underdog. I got 2 data points in, and it's just a Trey Murphy joint. Maybe Trey Jones over 11.5 points, but definitely Trey Murphy. Trey Murphy used to be one of the favorite players at the beginning of the season, but this one here you gotta play. His points line on underdog is at 19.5. Couple of other books that have it listed, most notably Prize Picks, DraftKings at 22.5. If you could get this at 19, it's a must play. Trey Murphy to go over 19.5 points. Let's go see what the models do. Wait, I want to start off with the props. Over on the props, we have a bunch of points now. Mikal Bridges, over 13.5 points. The only ones that stand out is the ones that I like. Scotty Barnes, over 16.5 points. And Karl Anthony Towns, over 18.5 points. The links to the models are in the description. You could go through these and pick ones that you like. We'll also go over the best plays to see what are the best plays across all models. But before we do that, we go to the NBA and see what they do. I already hit refresh. San Antonio minus 7.5 at Philly. Yes. Over 232. Also yes. Who's next? Orlando Magic minus 15.5 at the Wizards. Bro, did you see the Houston Rockets in the Wizards game? Bro, I'm not wanting to say, hey, they should have did this, they should have did that. But being up by 20, favored by 14.5, and then allowing them to go on like a 13-1 run at the end to just stop playing defense. Nets game. The Brooklyn Nets and the Washington Wizards, everybody got a double-digit spread against them. I'm kind of scared to play them, especially how you see what happens. Miami minus 13. Maybe we take the over here at 227. The model likes that. But Miami minus 13 at home versus Brooklyn, who everyone is blowing out, who everyone has a double-digit point spread against. Anyway, the Phoenix Suns minus, same thing with the Sacramento Kings. These bitches, like, I hate these teams that are call themselves tanking. If this is what they're doing to try to get a number 1 pick or whatever, to try to get a higher pick, like, this is embarrassing. This is the NBA, and there's like 3-4 games every night with a double-digit spread. Like, I'm kind of getting afraid of this. I'm glad that it's March. I'm ready for college basketball to get into the conference tournaments, headed on into the big tournament, because the NBA is kind of an embarrassing product unless you find games that have a decent matchup. But I'm going to play over 225.5. The Charlotte Hornets, look at this. Look, the Charlotte Hornets, I know there's some injuries. There's some lineup changes with the Dallas Mavericks or whatever, but minus 12? No. Both of these teams are on the auto bet list, but obviously that's for the entire season. With the trade deadline, after the All-Star break, a lot of things have broken down. I don't know how I'm going to make those adjustments to the auto bet teams because, you know, that's just how the season goes. The ebbs and flows of an 82 game season will affect how the data is perceived, or it should. But over 230, that's kind of high to me, but I like it. Give me the over 230. I'm not taking double-digit spreads in the NBA game. I just can't do that. Same thing with Oklahoma City minus 11 at Chicago. I know SGA is back. This might be his third game back. Give me the over 227.5. These double-digit spreads is disappointing to see. Even the Lakers minus 9, I don't trust them at all. I don't trust the Los Angeles Lakers at all. They choke at the end of games. What they did in that Phoenix game few days ago, that was embarrassing. 9 points is just like a double-digit point spread. In my opinion, over 237.5 is too high for me, but it'll be a shootout. It'll be a shootout and they'll go over. I'm just not playing it. And we got the Minnesota Timberwolves 14. You get what I'm saying? Like at some point, double-digit point spreads in the NBA, like somebody got to do something. Somebody got to do something. We probably got to stick to the props because I don't see anything else that we like. Speaking of props, here are the best plays from across all models. And shortly, I'm gonna show you a few 3-pick entries that the model likes because I made the model select 5 or 4 3-pick entries that are like. Isaiah Stewart is back. If he is back, over 8.5 points. It's a solid play. Solid plays at 33 and 18. We like the solid plays. Same thing with Kelly Oubre over 15.5 points. He's been smacking. This has been smacking. And then we got LeBron James to hit 2 threes. I was talking shit about LeBron James the other day. I put him on the cover to go over 18.5 points. He covered in the first half. I think he had 22. The line was 18.5. De'Aaron Fox has been on one. Over 14.5 points. I take that all day. This is Casey Wallace assist prop. Under 4.5, must play. James Harden over 20.5 points. If they both play it, I think they set out. When I say they, him and Spider set out a couple games ago, but this is versus Detroit. He kind of got to play in this game. And then we got Rui over 8.5, not playing this. He does not handle that. Yes, we like Scotty Barnes over 16.5. Anybody else that is must play? Not quite, but I did talk about Karl Anthony Towns. I do like, again, these links are in the description. Try to put together something that you like. Speaking of the parlays, here are a few parlays that the model likes, but here's my favorite one. Isaiah Stewart over 8.5 points. Make sure that's loaded. Isaiah Stewart over 8.5 points. Kelly Oubre over 15.5 points, and De'Aaron Fox over 14.5 points. But this is the third entry that it likes. Let's look at the other two. Look, Magic minus 15.5. I'm not down. The over in that game. Yes. Mississippi State Bulldogs plus 23. Who they play? The Gators. I might like this one. But I'm not playing Magic minus 15. I just like double digit. No. We had Houston minus 14.5 in that Washington Wizards game, bro. Like that was insane. Same thing here. We don't like that. This is the one I do like. The third pick, Isaiah Stewart. I just said that. What about the fourth one? They like Magic minus 15. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. But you see a pair of Magic with the two players that we do like. Kelly Oubre over 15.5. Isaiah Stewart over 8.5. And then I'm not interested in the other 4 parlays. Again, that's why I had this one listed as the favorite or the most attractive one, in my humble opinion. Now, onto the college basketball. There is a lot of games, or enough games, but I'm only looking at auto bet teams. There's 5 of them. Drexel should be one, but only if the model selects them. Georgia State Panthers is the auto bet team, but they're favorites barely. We're not taking that. LSU Tigers plus 8.5 at Auburn. Auburn, why do they have Auburn or Miami, Ohio, depending on which one of those get in? I don't like that. Miami, Ohio hasn't lost a game. I don't care. You play the teams that are on your schedule. I do not care. Auburn should not be in. If it's a choice between the Tigers and Miami, Ohio, out of here. LSU plus 8.5. Let me get that. Who's next? The Utah Utes as underdogs versus Colorado, barely as underdog. That's like a pick 'em. The model didn't select them. They just happened to be on the auto bet list. And then we have Seton Hall minus 1.5. I'm pretty positive that they perform better as underdogs. They're playing Xavier. They're favored by 1.5 points. Be careful. Next, It's the only one that I might play is Drexel plus 8.5. They ball as underdogs. They are auto bet list. They play Hofstra at Hofstra. Give me Drexel plus 8.5 points. Bang. That's it. Bang. Let's get it. Let's go to the. I don't think we have any props. We didn't have any props. I wanted to go to this. No. I didn't need to look at that. I don't know if I had anything else. Did I have anything else? Nope. I'm really Rico. You already know. Let's get this dough, bruh. Peace. I'm out.